Good morning, welcome back to day 2 in beautiful Edinburgh. The sun is shining and today I'm going inside Edinburgh Castle, which is way over there, but first it's breakfast time. So if you ever come to the UK, you have to go to Wetherspoons. There's over 800 in the UK and today we're going to the booking office. What a great way to start the day. £9 for a large breakfast. I had a few lattes and makes you proud to be British to see people drinking a Guinness at 10 AM in the morning. Wetherspoons probably has the cheapest pints in the UK because it's so expensive today, but Wetherspoons, they're known for having their cheap beer. Just so everybody knows, you have two choices. Number one, you can do what I did, which is pay for your breakfast. Or number two, you can do what a homeless guy did, walk into Wetherspoons, go behind the counter and just start eating sausages. It's up to you which one you choose. We're gonna walk through Princess Street Gardens and we're heading to Edinburgh Castle. It is a beautiful morning here. It is 10 and my reservation for the castle is at 11. It's super duper nice today. It's chilly in the shade though, so I've got to try and stay in the sun. I'm gonna make one stop before we get to the castle because I read a very interesting story. I swear there is just a castle on every single street. It's funny, you can tell the local Scottish people because they're all wearing shorts. It's going to be 20 degrees today and all the tourists are bundled up. There is so much history in Edinburgh. That sun is beautiful. I forgot my sunglasses, so sorry if I'm going to squint today. I'm looking for the Witch's Well. That is a cool building. The Witchery Shop. I found it. So Edinburgh Castle is right there, and this is the Witch's Well. And between the 16th and 18th century, 3,000 to 4,000 people were burned alive right here, being accused of witchcraft for being a witch. Isn't that just incredible to think about? Imagine standing in this exact spot in the year 1600. Just imagine what was going on here. People accused of being witches, strangled and burned alive right in this exact spot. There are a lot of people here. So this is the ticket office for Edinburgh Castle. I already have a reservation for 11 o'clock. It is now 10:20, so need to wait a few minutes before I can go in. My ticket was £21, which is around 25 US dollars, and you have to choose a time. Incredible view from up here. Very clear day today. Wow. I'll tell you a little bit of history about Edinburgh Castle. So this site has been occupied since the 2nd century and very lucky that it's on top of a hill, so it was great for defense, and it's been a royal residence since the 12th century. And of course right now it's a tourist attraction. People come from all the way around the world to see the castle. I wonder if you told someone in the 12th century that that's what's going to happen to the royal residence, then they wouldn't believe you. There is a long line of people right now. I guess these people are 10:30. And when I made my reservation, 11 o'clock was the earliest time. I tried to get here as early as possible, but there was no time before 11. It's going to be pretty busy in there. Today is my second day in Edinburgh. If you watched day 1 yesterday, I walked along the Royal Mile, which links the castle all the way to the palace, which is the current royal residence of the royal family. This has not been a royal residence since the 1600s. And if you wanted to get ice cream, don't worry. This is the Edinburgh Castle ice cream van. I can't believe that I had this on ice cream van. Wow. From this ice cream van you can get an ice cream with a flake for £4.50. £4.50. That was £1 when I was a kid. It's absolutely outrageous. It makes me so sad. £4.50. Incredible. Let's go inside the castle. They let me in at 10:50. Let's go and see Edinburgh Castle, baby. All right, here we go. As soon as you enter, there is an information center there. Get yourself a free map. There's a gift shop here which we're going to check out on the way back, but we are entering the castle right now. There is a place right here to get an audio tour. It is £3.50, but I'm just going to freestyle it. Here is the battery. Look at these cannons. Just imagine standing here shooting at stuff. Wow, I see a cruise ship in the background. This one is the most special cannon. This is the 1 o'clock gun, and every single day, even today, at 1 o'clock, this cannon will shoot off. And it started to tell the ships out there what time it was. Here is the Mason's Yard. That is a hospital. Right there is a war museum. This is just incredible. I love these old buildings. Just imagine what was going on here a few hundred years ago. It's incredible. Just taking a quick look inside the war museum. If you're wondering if the soldiers went to war in a kilt, yes. There he is, wearing his kilt. There you go. There's all the guys in their kilts. Incredible. How did they fight in kilts? Let's continue our tour of the castle. That is the governor's house. That's where the boss lived. Something very interesting is, if you go to London, you will see 0 English museums. No English War Museum, but here you get the Scottish War Museum, and Scotland is the UK. Scotland is Britain. So in London you get the British museums, but here you get Scottish. I did just overhear a tour guide say down here is where there used to be a prison, and the people that were here were soldiers that got in trouble and prisoners of war. Wow, this is incredible. So this is what the prisons would have looked like in 1800s. See the hammocks? Imagine what life was like here. Impossible to imagine. Damn, Daniel. I love this kind of historic stuff. Love it. Got some more hammocks here. There's beds underneath as well, so there'll be guys sleeping up top and on the bottom. Incredible. I bet it got cold in here. It's cold today, so imagine back then. And they also have a block that I guess looks like a more conventional prison. Here is one of the cells. I'd much rather be in here than over there in the hammock room. Incredible. Imagine what life was like. His charge was drunk on guard, drinking on the job. The tour continues. Let's head up to the upper ward. This is the Fugues Gate. This place is just so cool. Right there is St. Margaret's Chapel, the oldest building in Edinburgh, still standing, built in 1130, almost 1,000 years old. Love this. They have a cemetery for dogs. Incredible. I have no idea how they got this at the top of a hill, but this is Mons Meg, the world's most famous medieval gun. It weighs 6 tons and it can shoot a cannonball 2 miles. The oldest building in Edinburgh. Here is another battery. Just impossible to imagine men standing right here manning these cannons. I wonder how accurate they can shoot. Absolutely amazing. So there's the Royal Mile that I was talking about right there. So if you walk 1 mile that way, it connects the castle to the palace. I would love to see what was going on here a few hundred years ago. And I want to play football in here. I think this is perfect for football. Look at this. Imagine soldiers walking around here, guarding this place. History is amazing. This square is the Crown Palace. Right there is the War Memorial. There is the Royal Palace. We have the Great Hall, and we have a tea house. Well, that was interesting. I just went inside the Royal Palace to see the Scottish crown and jewels. No filming allowed inside, so of course I didn't do that. But it is so slow. It took 20 minutes to get in there and see it just because everybody's walking single file. Very interesting though. Let's check out the War Memorial. That is absolutely beautiful inside. Of course, it's a memorial to all the Scottish soldiers that didn't make it home. Let's check out the Great Hall. So you are allowed to film in this Great Hall. It's absolutely beautiful. Check out this place. This was built in 1512. It was used for banquets, royal banquets. It's been used as a barracks. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Imagine the stories that this place has.
You can scare the horse with that. And that's what happened to James IV. An English farmer. He was just using this in battle and he ended up killing.
Wow, that was the Great Hall. That is the best part of this castle. That was incredible. Just imagine what was going on there. 500 years old. What a place this is. You see, all of these people are in line to see the crown jewels. But you have to go inside, then you have to go upstairs, then you go through so many different rooms. So it's going to take like 30 minutes just to see the crown jewels. I have seen everything at Edinburgh Castle. I'm going to head towards the exit. Checking out the gift shop here. All your regular stuff, mugs, pens, stationaries, and kilts. Look at these cool hats. Love the colours. Scottish hats. Look at all these people coming into the castle. So here is the ticket office for the tours. You can take a whole tour. I assume that used to be a moat. What an incredible place. That was a day at Edinburgh Castle. Highly recommend it. So I got in there at just before 11. It is now 12:30, so I was in there for an hour and a half. Definitely worth it if you're going to visit Edinburgh. Do not risk it. Get your tickets online in advance. It's highly unlikely you're going to get tickets on the day, so definitely do that. The day is not over. We have other things to see here in Edinburgh. Like I said, this is the start of the Royal Mile. Keep walking for a mile and you're going to get to the palace. Let's go to our next destination. Bagpipes. I'm going to pause here a little bit on Victoria Street. So Edinburgh has a strong connection to Harry Potter, even though none of Harry Potter was filmed in Edinburgh. But J.K. Rowling spent a lot of time in Edinburgh and she wrote a lot of the series here. So there's a few cafes in Edinburgh that she's well known for her writing the series, including the Elephant House, which is right there. J.K. Rowling sat in there and she wrote some of Harry Potter. Also, this street is Victoria Street, and apparently this is where J.K. Rowling got their inspiration for Diagon Alley. This is a beautiful street. She saw the curved streets, she saw the colourful buildings. Here you go, the Elephant House, known as the birthplace of Harry Potter. Amazing, historic. Over here is the Harry Potter Museum. There's always a long line here. I saw the line last night. I was like, what are these people waiting for? But it's a Harry Potter museum. We're walking along Bank Street here. Everywhere you turn, there's just historic stuff. Such an incredible city. Ice cream. There's just old stuff everywhere. My next destination is the National Museum of Scotland. To be honest, I don't know much about Scottish history because, I mean, at school we learn British history, so I don't know if the Scottish kids in Scottish schools, they're learning Scottish history or British history. I really don't know, but let's check out the National Museum of Scotland. Huge building, absolutely massive. Oh my gosh, check out this building. That is so cool. Wow. Man, I don't know where to turn. There's so much going on. So they have literally everything. They have history about space, they have dinosaurs, they have war. There is so much Scottish history. Incredible. And there's a shark. Is it a Scottish shark? This first room is all about fashion, dresses, shoes, and look at this dress. Look at that, never seen anything like that before. There is so much random stuff here. They have machines, then they have a rocket, hot air balloon, there's a train over there, we have some planes. And then we have Dolly. This is Dolly the sheep. She is the most famous sheep in the world. She became the first mammal to ever be cloned in 1996. I remember this happening. I remember seeing it on the news. Taking a look upstairs now. This building is so cool. Incredible. Completely free to come in here, by the way. Got the red phone boxes here. See what I was talking about earlier, this is confusing because a lot of this stuff is not even Scottish, it's British. So why is it the Scottish Museum? I don't get it. Look at that tiny little car. I'm not going to film everything just because there's so much, but all of this stuff is science stuff, science. I'll give you a perfect example. So this talks about the first human x-ray in 1895, which I know was in Germany, and then it says shortly after in 1896 University of Liverpool. This is nothing to do with Scotland. Made it to the animal section. I love this. This is the dodo, and if you don't know, the dodo is now extinct, and it says here fat, stupid and slow. They were extinct, well, they were last seen 1662. I thought it was way more recent than that. Dodo's been gone a long time. So the dodo's pretty famous for being extinct, but this is a list of things that went extinct 1600 to 2020. It's incredible. Some of this stuff never even heard of. Bulldog rat. Like, what is this stuff? Blue-grey moose. I do find it interesting that we just assume they're extinct because we haven't seen them. Like, I'm sure some of those are not even extinct. We just haven't seen them for a very, very long time. Take a look at the animals before we leave. Look at the size. Look at that thing. You would have no chance against that. Look. Incredible. Here we have a Scottish deer, Scottish tiger, and of course a Scottish kangaroo. This is something I've never seen before. These are prayer wheels. Apparently if you turn it clockwise, only clockwise, then you get good luck. So there you go, there's my good luck. Of course, not Scottish, this is from Tibet. I better get some more spins in just in case. Need that good luck. Need that good luck. Wrong way, clockwise. There you go. There's my good luck. That was the National Museum of Scotland. Highly recommended. That was really fun. Really good for the kids. There's a lot of interactive stuff. Completely free. They do accept donations and it's a few minutes walk away from the castle. I'm not going to stop here because I'm going to come here in a few days, but this is the Greyfriars Cemetery. Again, this is very significant in the story of Harry Potter. Greyfriars Bobby, that is a very, very famous dog. Like I said, subscribe because in a few days I'll be back here. Our next destination is about 1 mile away. Of course we're going to walk. Maybe we find something interesting along the way. Look at all these people enjoying the sunny weather today. There are so many pubs in Edinburgh. I swear every other building is a pub. Check out this view of the castle. Look at that. That is amazing. Just imagine what life was like a few hundred years ago. Imagine there were soldiers up there shooting cannons, defending Edinburgh. Here is where you can get your kilts. Kilts run for about £25. This street reminds me of London. There's so many streets like this. Very, very expensive. Very nice church at the end. 今天天气很好，爱丁堡有很多中国的游客和大学生。So many in the city. Maybe I'm wrong, but this road looks like stables. I'm not sure if there were stables back in the day, but that's what it looks like. Very, very old buildings. Love this kind of stuff. I hope that we preserve stuff because I feel like today we build stuff as fast as possible, as cheap as possible, and they're not going to last that long. So hopefully there'll still be historic stuff in 100 years time, but I doubt it. We might as well walk down this street towards the huge church. This is Melville Street, and like I said, it kind of looks like a street in like Chelsea or Kensington in London. Very, very expensive. Not sure if anybody lives here. Looks like there's a lot of businesses down here, the same as in London. Very, very nice. 3 stories, 4 stories, some of them, down to the basement. Turned into a very, very nice day today. I was skeptical because of course it's the UK, but we're gonna have a few days of sunshine and then the rain's gonna return this weekend, but very, very nice. Got to enjoy it. I see the Japanese flag. That is the Japan consulate in Scotland. Across the street is the Russian consulate, and that is St. Mary's Cathedral. Absolutely massive. Imagine building that thing. How did human beings build that? It was built in the 16th century, not open right now, so we can't go in. There's some cute nursery kids over there playing, so I don't want to get too close, but Red Bull gives you wings. I talked about it in yesterday's video, but this flag, this is the Union Jack. This is the flag of the United Kingdom because it has all 4 countries' flags put together. This is not the flag of England, which many people think. It's not the flag of Scotland because Scotland is just white and blue. It's all of them put together. Trust me, we understand how confusing that is, but my passport, it says United Kingdom, it does not say England, so the people from Scotland will have the same passport as me. It's very, very confusing, to be honest, because technically, yeah, England and Scotland, they are countries, but they don't have sovereign status. Technically, legally, they're part of the country of the United Kingdom. So if someone asked me if I'm from England, I'd say yes. If they asked me if I'm from United Kingdom, I'd say yes. If they asked me if I'm from Great Britain, I'd say yes. It gets confusing for me too, because when I have to fill in like an application online and I need to put my address, sometimes I have to choose United Kingdom, sometimes I have to choose Great Britain, and sometimes I have to choose England. We have one more stop to make today on day 2 here in Edinburgh. I hope that you're enjoying these videos. If you did not watch day 1, go and check it out. This is a beautiful city with so much to see, so much to do, so much history is here. Maybe the silliest graffiti I've ever seen. It says Grass Market. This long line of people are waiting for Mary's Milk Bar. Better be good. The last stop today is going to be the Vennel. Apparently a beautiful view of Edinburgh Castle. Let's see when we get to the top. Made it to the top. There's your view. Incredible. I was just walking by and I saw this. This is Westport Gardens. I think this would be a perfect place to end today's video. Thank you so much for watching day 2 here in Edinburgh. Subscribe because I'm going to be here for a few more days. This is a great place, incredible city, so much to see, and I hope that you want to see more. So hit subscribe, follow me around Edinburgh a few more days, hit the like to tell me that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Hope that you enjoyed it. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.